CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video, and in today's video, guys, we are still around the same mark, but we've got some new attacks and tech, and just some overall decisions to show you, so you guys haven't already. Appreciate it if you throw that code Chicken in the shop. I did pick up the Boom Pass today. Just a reminder, if you guys don't typically get the Boom Pass for just the rewards, when you get the Boom Pass unlocked, it makes all of your diamond swaps in Warships a lot cheaper, I think by 50% or something like that. So, yeah, I was making diamond swaps without having the Boom Pass active, so if you are planning on buying it, then just don't make the mistake like I did and get that purchase before you do any diamond changes. And I mean, this is what I mean by diamond swaps, is swapping these guys out. So, here's where we are at, guys. We got a new base loaded up. We've been kind of just in and out of gold. I haven't really been able to make much progress today, and that is because we need to go to 5ER. So let's take a look at the tech tree here. So we do have multiple options. I mean, at this point, we could add mortars, we could add critter launchers, we could add heavies, which have been, I've only seen them once, but they were pretty good, so might be a viable troop option. But a lot of people right now, they're gunning for 5ER and the rocket choppers, and I think that makes sense. Especially looking at some of this stuff, rocket launchers, shock launchers, all that is going to be good stuff. So we'll see from there. But the goal for right now is just get to 5 because it is much better than 4. Longer deck, longer layout. If we go and look at the top, all the guys that are in diamond, that's what they did. So this guy's in, I mean, this guy's in rank 22, so he's got all the defense, but just showing you that he is at 5ER. And it looks pretty crazy. It looks pretty crazy. So that is the plan for right now. Extend the deck out and just finish faster than the opponent. So we upgraded our stats a little bit. I've been focusing on that at the beginning. So we got troop health at 40%, troop damage at 50, and building health at 50. So this came at a cost. We don't have cannons max level. We only have flares at tick 2. GB medkit are at 0. And today the big change was we got Bombardiers. So let's just do some attacks. I don't think we're at risk of falling out of gold. I did actually just fall out of gold before I started recording. So I mean, we might go back down, but hopefully not. So the idea with this attack, guys, 3 rifles, 5 bombers. That seems to be the mix. Kavan, since we got him at max level now, we are going to be using second wind. And essentially all we want to do is just free clear with these troops. And then we want to critter out one of these engines back here. So to do that, that one actually doesn't look too bad, because we can get all the splash in one go. He's got a lot of mines there, so that's going to be the only thing. So I like to go 1, 1, 2, 3, and then just kind of delay them a little bit, 1, 1, 2, and then we can drop Kavan in a moment. And then we'll try to go here with the critters and get as much value as possible. Now just be careful, because if your critters don't move... Ooh, I did that really badly. If your critters... The critter shock is messing me up. I can't believe we missed that shock mine. But we should still get that flamethrower. Thankfully, he didn't have a lot of defense here, so we should be able to make that work. Let's go down here with these guys. The hotpot we shouldn't have to worry about. The rifles should activate it, and then the bomber should switch to it. I think these guys will be okay. They're working away. I don't want to spend any more gunboat energy there if we don't have to. So there we go. And he's got too many mines for me to do anything else. But what I was talking about, the critter shock, is make sure that you don't shock your critters as they land, because then they will not pop the mines, which is defeating the purpose of exactly what we want them doing. So at this point in the attack, we just got to move forward as quickly as we can. You know, it's a lot easier said than done. We still have to work our way through these machine guns. I don't know, there's really not much I can go over here, but basically the more troops that we have on the field, the faster we will get through this stuff. So let's bring him this way. And I mean, if this guy gets a 230 on us, that would be the fastest hit I've seen all day. So also, there is a flare bug going around, or a flare bug right now, where if you re-flare, your troops stop and they retarget. So just be careful about that. Actually, we scattered for a long time, okay? Because I was going to say, like, how did this dude get such a crazy time? So those are the two things. The critter shock, you got to be mindful of. The re-flare, you shouldn't do at all, because what's going to happen I kind of explained it quickly, but say all your rifles are shooting this engine, and then a lot of us just, whatever, muscle memory, whatever you want to call it, we'll just throw down a flare on the engine again, just because it's there and it's the end of the attack. But what happens is every time you do that, it's like you're flaring the back on a machine gun and then immediately back in the engine. So they stop for a sec, and then they all shoot at once. So if you noticed this season that your troops have been kind of weird and they've been like all firing at the exact same time, that's why. And it, you know, it does cost a little bit of time. It's not the end of the world, but it is annoying and something to keep track of. So that and the critter thing would be the two biggest, you know, things just to be mindful of when in these kind of attacks, because they do come down, you know, to usually a handful of seconds. So, yeah, but yeah, guys, it's tough to make a meta where it's not, you know, I wanted it to be decently fast. I wanted it to involve skill, and I didn't want it to be, you know, too slow and waste too much time, because that's no fun. It's not easy. It ain't easy being cheesy. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll delay drop the other two over here. And 1 and 2. Okay, keep those guys down. This one will be a little bit trickier, but what we can do is I'm actually just gonna sacrifice the first critters, and then we'll get a really good shock on the next one. Okay, so they're down. I mean, there's no real rush on this either. And we should have 2 coming in. I could have timed that better with that shock for sure, but it is what it is for right now. I'm gonna reshock there because that flame will wreck them. Alright, so, and you see here, you don't have to worry about the hot pot. Don't have to worry about it. I honestly, like, I would stop running a hot pot. It's not really worth it. Now we could reshock there and try for more critters and stuff, but I just, again, I don't think it's really worth it. Plus, we've got to go all the way to this one, so we just don't have the gunboat energy to do that just yet. So what we can do, though, I think once this machine gun goes down, then we're probably good to flare. So I'll probably go machine gun goes down, let them move up because my flares are only tick 2, and then yeah, I think we want to shock that flamethrower and stuff for sure. And then I'm gonna critter those cannons because that's what's gonna be killing our bombers. We can medkit up here, and you see how I'm just letting that flare get to the very end rather than reflaring and causing them to retarget. So 218 against Mr. Ghetto Smurf, pretty sweet name. Let's see if it's enough. This one might be close. Oh, it's 220, and that's been the day for chicken. Start to make progress in 16 and then lose. So, this is a pretty even match, I think. We had 50, 40. I actually had him a little bit in tech. So, okay, so he flared his bombers up. Interesting, rather than crittering one of the engines out. Yeah, I copied a base where it seemed like that was difficult. I'm surprised he got such a good time. That's kind of crazy. Maybe he's got flares upgraded and that's possible that way. I don't know. So, as for where we're at, unfortunately our next chest, we're going to be 8 keys short of 5 AR, so by the time we get there, it might not be as great of a push point as I'm hoping for, but we shall see. We shall see. So that's update for, what are we on, day 3, going into day 4. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next one, guys. Check it out. Back.